Happy Friday. How are you? Hope you've had a blessed week. It's been an awesome week over here, and it's getting cold. I'm on sweater these days, like every day, thanks to Canada. So I wanted to, discuss a very interesting topic today. And I think it just basically starts from the fact that I was thinking about this that you cannot truly live your purpose. You cannot truly live the life that God has called you to if you do not have the luxury of the time to do so. And we know that we're in the Western world. So, how can you have the time? If you spend your time working, that means you're using that time to do those things, right? Like to work, right? But if you have the resources to cover up for you not spending those hours at work, what's that going to be for? What's that going to be like? That means you're going to be fully expressing who you're meant to be. You're going to be more creative versus just being creative in your job. Please, I always like to say the fact that job is great, right? But there could be more. And it's not for everybody. Honestly, this business is not for everybody. And every business, I mean, it's not everybody who must, set up a business, but it's for those that are called. There are many people in this life that are called, right? And that's the people that I'm speaking to. That's the person, let me use that word, that I'm speaking to today. And that's the person who knows that it resonates with you, right? Because let's be real here. Every purpose requires, you know, resources, right? To execute. So you can have all the passion in the world, but if you're stuck with worrying about your bills, hey, you're stuck with running around, with being busy, rushing out and rushing in, guess what? That's going to take precedence and your purpose will eventually suffer. Your light will not be able to shine because there are priorities that have come to scatter and overtake the situation. And that's the reason why I'm so passionate about the fact that I'm going to build a business that will give me every flexibility that I require. Right? So it's not just about making money, as you can see from all that I'm discussing. It's about creating freedom, freedom to live, freedom to give, like to become that giver, right? Of course, we give already, right? Freedom to create, freedom to fully express yourself, right? To fully express the gifts, the talents that He's giving you. And of course, there are some things you cannot do within the confines of your workplace, right? But in a business, you are free to fully express yourself. So when you own your time, you will have resources that will that will be able to allow you to carry out your vision. When you own your time and you have the resources, guess what? Your purpose will definitely be fulfilled. Of course, if it is in the front burner of your heart, right? That's when you truly start living and expressing yourself. So, my question to you today is, how are you writing your story? How are you living daily? If you know that you have that call to do something bigger, are you already working towards that freedom by setting up a business? If not, this is a call to you. If not, this is an invitation to you, right? Every single day, we're writing a new page of our lives through the choices that we make, through the habits, and of course, your mindsets, right? Every single day. When you wake up, it's yet another time to change your story, yet another time to say yes to yourself, yet another time to say yes to your purpose. So, what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose, let me just go and be in my comfort zone and keep going to my job till 65? Or are you going to choose a life of service where you know that you're going to build a business that will connect you to people from everywhere in the world, right? Like such as we have in this platform, right? Are you going to choose a life of ease or are you going to choose a life of adventure? Such that when you look back at 80, 90, you'll be like, yes, I truly lived. Yes, I fulfilled purpose. Are you going to be like St. Paul that said, I fought the good fight? I finished my course. Or are you going to be that person that is still hiding behind ordinary social media? That's what I will call it. ordinary, because for me now it has become ordinary. It used to be a big deal. It used to be a big deal to come out on social media. But guess what? Social media ain't got nothing on me. Because why? Through this digital business mentorship, it has helped me reorientate my mindset. And that's the same thing it can do for you. It will transform you to become a different person. Honestly, it will transform you to become a different person. So will you keep playing it safe? Or are you going to take that leap of faith? Are you going to build something meaningful for yourself? Let me tell you a story of the Millionaire Mastermind we had this week. It was a couple who, I mean, we had many presenters, but there was a couple who made a presentation. At some point, it was so funny. At some point, the woman, no, when the guy was speaking, right, it was his turn to speak. He was now saying thanks to blah, 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 like was calling people, thank you to this, thank you to this. And the woman now said, you have to thank me too. I mean, I busted laugh. Guess why? Because when she started the business, her husband did not want her to do the business. I mean, he was like her hindrance, like seriously a hindrance to the business, right? But she fought her way through. And when he started to see her results pouring in from all corners, guess what? He had to hop in. And now he's telling us that he will quit his job very soon. He's at that point. I mean, like their income has grown so big that they can quit that she's already out of work for all these years, but he is the one who is going to quit between now and the end of the year. So are you going to take that leap of faith, or are you going to let somebody or something hold you back? See, when the promised land was given to the children of Israel, hey, guess what? There were giants there. There was no, it didn't come with just come and possess. No, they had to fight to get it back. They had to fight. There were obstacles, and obstacles can come in different ways. It can come in form of discouragement from your closest friends, family, whatever. It could come from there. It could come from even your own mindset, your skepticism, your fears, your worries. It could come from there. So are you going to let yourself be held back? You've prayed to God from January till now, it's October. You've prayed all these serious prayers, and then you're still waiting. Let me tell you what the angel of God is doing. He's looking at you like this. Like, I will move when you move. The angels are looking like this. When you move, that's when I will go and bring the favor. Yes. And I'm saying this categorically, even if I'm laughing about it. Guess what? It's not a lie. It's not a lie. It's not a lie. That's the fact that God would only pour into where you have applied your faith. That's why I said it is impossible to please God without faith. So, will you keep playing it safe, like I said, or are you going to take a leap of faith to build something meaningful for yourself? Will you use your gifts, or will you let them just be buried? Then when it is old and rusty, that's when you try to come and resurrect your gifts. By then, you'll be looking for how to resuscitate. So are you going to follow your own convictions, or are you going to blend in the crowd and just be there? As for me, I'm taking over. Like, that's what I came to do. I'm in this online space to take over. Yes. And I say it categorically. So stand firm in what you know is your convictions. What you know that you and God, when you and God had a conversation, guess what? There was no other person there, because it's you. God is within you. When he spoke to your ears, when he spoke to you, guess what? Even your closest person was not there. They didn't hear that same thing with you. So are you going to stand firm through any form of rejections or any form of, opinions? Or are you going to keep playing it safe? Will you be a builder? Because the truth is, the world will never reward anybody who is hesitating. There's no reward for the hesitants. It only rewards those that are courageous, those that are consistent, and those that are creative. Consistent, creative, and courageous. So which one are you? Are you 1/3 or 3/3 out of courage, consistency, and creativity? Because what, like I said, in your job, you're not going to be, yes, you'll be creative and all of that, but you cannot fully express everything. There's no such thing as one stream of income these days in a job setting. Oh, I saw a beautiful post on LinkedIn recently. I mean, it blew my mind. The girl talked about how the fact that Dear employers, that's the way she started it. She said, dear employers, don't think that we will have only one job again. Those days are over. Those days are long gone, because even you guys cannot be trusted. That's what she wrote on LinkedIn. What boldness. Because her own, well, I call it calling, is to help people build maybe like digital product business, even if you're still having a job and you're still having a business. And that's the same thing we're doing here. This is about starting a digital business that while you're still working, you can run your business, and it is 100% safe to do so, because you're not using time for company work to do business, right? You can use your break time, you can use your evenings, whatever, your weekends, right? There's automation in place that will enable you to do whatever you want to do easily, conveniently, and in fact, excellently, right? And that's what I'm here to do, to be that business mentor for you, to be that coach for you that will help you to start your business and to scale it. And of course, to transform you, because that is part of my purpose in life. I have that, you know, and maybe I should just keep that. But yes, I know that part of what I've been called to do in this life is to help in that transformation journey for people. I'm an encourager. I've seen it in different walks, right? I've been able to help people transform in different ways, right? Mindset wise. So if you know that you have been watching my page, you think that yes, I think Sermi can really be that person, that prop in my life, then just click on my link, register your name and your email, or send me a DM. Okay? I'm ready to help you. I'm that coach that God has placed in your path in life. Okay? So I'll leave you with this final word, that everybody that you see these days that are making it out there, they started from somewhere. They started small. They started scared. Most people started scared. Most people started uncertain. Most people started, they did not know what they were going to do with themselves. But one day at a time, one brick upon another brick. And that's how the story changes. So if you need your story to change, start to lay that one brick upon another brick. I know I gave a story about Precious this week, who, after 5 years in this business, on her 40th birthday, she bought herself a car, she bought herself a new house, fully paid, both fully paid. I mean, what could be bigger than that? And that's just one thing, right? She's been building all these years. It didn't start from, her just, it started from something, one brick upon another brick. So that's what happens when you choose to build, okay? Instead of just sitting down wishing, wanting, and all of the, what ifs in your mind. So my final question is, what story are you writing for yourself? Remember, every day you're writing a new story. So if you're ready to take that next step, if you're ready to start that new chapter, to build something meaningful that you'll be proud of, that your children will be proud of, that your husband or your wife will be proud of, this is your moment, okay? Every day, like I said, the pen is in your hand. So write boldly, write boldly, write boldly, my sister, my brother. Write boldly, live fully, express yourself, build freely. It's a free world. The only restrictions we have is the mindset, is what has kept us, right? So I'm here to help you to build not just your business, not just to create income, but to transform your life. Okay, so I know I've rambled, I've talked about so many things at once, but I'm calling it an evening because I need to go now to do dinner and, settle in for the evening. So hope you have an amazing night rest, and I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.